you?
That's my little boy right there.
All right, first of all, your name?
Valente Gonzalez.
Valente, tell me, you're chapter president out of what, Houston?
I am an admin for the Houston Open Carry.
Tell me about this gathering today and what y'all trying to get across.
We'd like to communicate to the public that they have a constitutional right to carry their firearms in public. It's guaranteed to them by the Second Amendment of the Constitution of the United States. We feel that it's something that needs to be educated to the public so that they are aware of their rights. So that's what we're here to do. Yes, sir.
He's recording something.
How you doing today?
How you doing?
Torrey Pettigrew.
I'm sorry?
Torrey Pettigrew.
Spell your first and last name for me, sir.
Torrypettitrew.
And where are you from?
Alvin, Texas.
What brings you up to Liberty?
Come out here to exercise our First and Second Amendment rights.
What do you think the way it's going right now, with guns and everything?
I think it's going the way it needs to go. We need to have more people out here that are willing to protect themselves and protect the community at large.
Do you think they're trying to push these gun laws down everyone's throat right now? Or?
I do believe they are. As far as the MDA, the Mothers Demand Action groups, these people are not realistic about the world around them. And to disarm everybody, to disarm the public at large, it's not good for anybody. I'm glad to come out here. I'm glad to see the turnout that we've got. I'm glad to do what I can to support the folks around us, support the community. And do it.
Liberty, justice for all.
Shall we pray together? Father, thank you for this day. Grateful for the liberty you've given us. Grateful for our nation. We sacrificed and gave their lives. And Lord gave their sacred honor. They gave everything they had. We're mindful of those things. And we come today asking for your... And I love him to death. And so I want to take just a moment to introduce to you the president of Open Carry, Texas.
I really appreciate, the invite. I appreciate everybody that's here exercising these rights. I want to tell you something. I'm going to make a prediction right now. In 2015, Texas is going to be the 45th open carry state. It is a travesty to me that as I go around the country, and I travel a lot, as a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to go to Colorado on Monday, or actually Sunday. We're going to take some scouts up to Pikes Peak. And every state, once I leave the border of the greatest state in the country, if I accidentally show my gun, it's not a big deal. If I want to purposely show my gun, it's not a big deal. The fact of the matter is that the open carry of a firearm is a deterrent to crime. Section 23 of our Constitution says that the legislature can only regulate the wearing of arms with a view to prevent crime. We've done over 2,000 of these events, just Open Carry Texas. That doesn't include the Katy guys, the Texas Carry guys, the OCTC guys. But there have been over 2,000 walks just like this and events just like this. And not a single person has been shot, raped, maimed, killed, kidnapped, or murdered. And killed and murdered, I know it's the same thing. That shows that Section 23 of our Constitution makes any law that bans the open carry of handguns unconstitutional under state standards. So we're fighting really hard to do that, and it takes a lot of you to make that happen. And what we're going to ask is, not only do we need you out here waving flags and carrying your firearms and raising awareness, I think we've done that. Last year, in the first 5 months of our existence, we had 17 arrests. 17 unlawful arrests in the first 5 months of our existence. Since then, we've had 0. And on July 19th, we celebrated our 1-year anniversary as an official organization. And that's especially important because we were told we'd be gone in 6 months. We wouldn't last 6 months. And now here we are over a year later. And because of that, now when you walk around, either even by yourself or you walk around in a group, the chances are very slim that law enforcement is going to mess with you. Because now we have gotten law enforcement all around the state educated on our rights, on our Texas laws, so that what happened to me on the side of the road last year while hiking with my son, that march, will never happen to another person again if I can help it, and if all of you can help it. What we're all doing here today is exactly what I was doing a 1.5 years ago, only I was doing it out in the country. And that's because of everyone here, everyone across the state that has stood up, put their arms on, and shown that an armed society is a polite society. I want to tell you a little bit about what we're doing and what we've got coming up. You may have noticed that as an organization at the state level, we haven't been having any major statewide events lately. And the reason for that is we're taking the summer and we're taking a tactical pause. I don't want you guys to take a tactical pause. I want our local groups to be out there every month, every week, continue to spread the word, continue to talk to people, and expressing that. But what we're doing at the state level is we're trying to save our resources because we've got 2 major events coming up. Later on this November, after the elections, we're going to have another big rally. And then in January, we're going to bring as many people as possible to Austin. We're calling it Carry to the Capitol, but what we're asking is that everybody just bring an empty holster. Now you can put a banana in that holster, or you can put a cucumber in that holster, or whatever you want, but because we're going to go into the Capitol, we ask everybody to bring an empty holster in January. And we're going to have a big giant rally. We're going to pay to bring some of the people from the far areas like, El Paso to help them get here. We're hopefully going to have some rooms blocked off. We're going to have some awesome packs for everybody that's going to have USBs with a lot of the information in it. It's going to have some hats, some shirts, a special shirt for that event. And that's going to be in January. So those are the 2 things that we're trying to get set up right now. We were going to do a gubernatorial debate, but we could barely afford the trailer we just bought to be able to transport all of our stuff. So we're going to hold off on the gubernatorial debate this time and focus on those other 2 events. What we need from you, what the state needs from you, and what every gun rights advocate needs from you, is to keep calling your representatives. Obviously right now we're in an election season. I don't know what the electoral outlook is down here, who your representatives are, but if you have an idea of who you think is going to win, go ahead and reach out to them now. We're about to put up on our Open Carry Texas group several laws that we want passed. Initially I had written one big utopian law, and that was if shall not be infringed meant shall not be infringed, but obviously our congressmen don't understand what shall not be infringed means. So what we've done is we've broken it down into 5 separate, easily digestible bills. And here's what they do. First, legalize open carry. That's our priority right now. Second, and part of first, legalize open carry without a license. There is no reason why we've got 30 states out there, and Texas, the home of the Alamo and Gonzales, they're going to require you and I to get permission from the government just to carry a firearm, whether that's open or closed or concealed. So that's the second. Third, we are requesting to abolish the exemptions for the elite class in Texas. If I can't carry a firearm somewhere, no one should be able to carry a firearm somewhere. If an off-duty law enforcement officer can carry a gun into a bar, I should be able to carry a gun into a bar. I understand uniformed officers having certain exemptions, I got that. But prosecutors, attorneys, judges, cops, and however many other exemptions they've created, we're abolishing those. At least we're going to seek to abolish those. That's another one of our bills. The next one is to clear up this disorderly conduct crap. Right now, even though we haven't had these issues in a while, we've still got 7 pending cases of disorderly conduct because someone claimed to be afraid. Someone claimed to be alarmed. And as a matter of fact, the gun control extremists that are in Texas have told their people, if you see us, call and say that you're alarmed. Now, it doesn't work anymore because our objective to work with law enforcement has succeeded. We've actually succeeded in 3 of our goals. 1, we've exercised our rights and educated the public about what we're allowed to legally carry. So we've accomplished that. 2, we've actually conditioned the public to see that just the sight of a gun doesn't mean that everybody's about to get all shot up, maimed, and murdered. And then 3, we've gotten law enforcement to be on our side. Now, there are some that don't like it, but they don't get in our way. After the disorderly conduct bill, the last one is to get rid of all these TABC codes and administrative codes to clarify that not only are municipalities not allowed to step on your right to keep and bear arms, but there is not a single agency in Texas that will be allowed to step on your arms. Your right to bear arms, excuse me. Although when they tackle you, they do step on your arms. This is important because right now, Capitol DPS have created their own laws. They're above the law. And they've created their laws that, you know what, open carry within this magical boundary here is illegal, even though there's not a law that says that it's illegal. So we're going to get rid of this law, or this loophole that departments have, where they're creating these fake gun-free zones. So those are the different bills that we're trying to support. If you're not a member of Open Carry Texas, look us up on Facebook. We're gonna post the bills, and then we're gonna start asking people to start contacting their representatives. That's the most important part. I can't tell you how many so-called gun rights activists I fight with on a weekly basis. And the Second Amendment also doesn't say the right to keep and bear arms underneath your t-shirt. The only thing that separates you, keep it up, keep coming out to these rallies, not just the big ones. Even if you guys go out on your streets, go out in your towns, get into every part of Liberty County. This is the first one. And now it's a matter of getting all of, don't. I think that's pretty much all I've got. I just want to thank you again. It is such a privilege to be here. I get a lot of credit.
Of Open Carry Texas. Grisham is spelled Grisham.
And initials again, CJ?
CJ.
Okay, sir.
CJ, what's going on today? What are you guys doing now?
Well, this is our first Liberty County walk. This is something that we've already done in 111 other counties. What we're trying to do is just raise awareness for our right to keep and bear arms. We're trying to show people that the rifles that you see out here that are so castigated and stigmatized in the media aren't here to hurt anybody. We are law-abiding citizens, and we're here to prove that law-abiding citizens can safely carry firearms.
Is there a feeling that your rights to carry firearms is being eroded by the government?
Well, our rights have already been eroded.
Tell me about why.
Because, well, first of all, we're one of only 6 states that don't allow the open carry of a handgun. And then to carry a concealed handgun, you've got to get permission of the state. That's an erosion of your rights. When you have to beg for a license, when they force you into government mandated training that costs a lot of money, that's when you've got an erosion of your rights. And we've had that erosion since the 1870s.
What's going to happen right now? You guys are walking where?
We're just going to walk down the road, we're going to wave, we're going to smile, we're going to raise awareness to the people that drive by and let them know so we can touch as many people as possible to share our message and let them know that we're trying to get open carry of handguns. I don't like carrying around a rifle, I really don't. It would be great to carry around a handgun and become the 46th state to do so legally.
What got you started on this? Tell me about your incident up there.
Last March, I was arrested while hiking with my son through the country. I had an AR-15 on me. Someone called the police about 5 miles into my hike, which was a Boy Scout hike for my son trying to get his hiking merit badge. I was accosted by a police officer. He tried to unlawfully steal my firearm. I wouldn't let him. I'm a combat veteran. I've been to Iraq and Afghanistan. I'd just gotten back from Afghanistan when this happened. And the police officer took my firearm without asking, without telling me. He just grabbed it. My immediate reaction was to maintain positive control of my firearm, just like I'm trained to in the military. And at that point, I had a gun pointed to my head, and at gunpoint, I was thrown into the hood of a car right in front of my son for doing absolutely nothing against the law. So I thought, I don't want that to ever happen to another person again, and if there's anything I can do about it, I will. And I started Open Carry Texas as a way to educate the public and law enforcement about our rights.
Were you charged for that incident?
I was charged with resisting arrest, which is interesting because I was never under arrest. That charge was changed 3 times, and I was eventually convicted of a Class B misdemeanor of interference. So I'm currently appealing that right now. For clarification, the conviction was December 19th of last year. The arrest was March 16th of last year. And just go to our website, www.opencarrytexas.org, and we're trying to do this lawfully, legally, and respectfully.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
We got gas.